Okay, we're going to continue our persuasive writing today that we had started a couple days ago. And you have your organizer paper that looks like this. Most of you have yellow, Amy and I have white ones. And then you have your lined paper that we had started our final copy on yesterday. So here's what I want you to do. Reread to yourself what you wrote yesterday on your paper. Do that right now. Okay. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to take a look at reason 2 on our organizer paper. My reason 2 was the jelly from the sandwich will take care of your sweet tooth for the meal also. So now I need to turn that into a complete sentence or sentences. It might be, excuse me, it might be more than one. So I started my first one with one reason. I'm going to start this sentence with, I could either say the second reason or another reason. I'm going to go with another reason. Another reason. I better write smaller. I'm going to run out of space on my screen. Another reason you should eat PBJ.
You forgot to say eat.
You should, oh, sure enough. I can't erase, so I'm going to have to just kind of do that. Another reason you should eat PBJ is that it's like having dessert at the same time as your main meal because of the sweetness from the jelly. It's like having, oh see, then I say words and I forget to write them. Dessert at the same time as your main meal. Then I'm going to ask a question. Who can't resist the delicious sweetness? And then I forgot a word again. The delicious sweetness of your favorite jelly. Okay. I should have capitalized too. There we go. All right, so now if you would want to try to incorporate a question in with yours, you can too, to try to get them more involved in what it is that you're writing about. So I said that the peanut butter has the protein in it and it will fill them up better than turkey would. That it's like having dessert at the same time as their meal because of the deliciousness of the jelly. Look at your reason 2. to write for your second reason. You can start it with the second reason, or reason 2, or another reason. But make sure you use one of those transitions going into your second reason. Okay, so hopefully those of you had enough time to finish writing your second idea, I started working on my third reason. And I'm about out of space on the screen. All right, so I looked at my paper and I had talked about how cleanup would be so much easier if they would eat the PBJ sandwiches instead of turkey. So I started off by saying, let me find where I started writing it. The last reason you should eat PBJ instead of turkey dinner is because the cleanup is incredibly simple. I mean, seriously easy, since there's virtually no dirty dishes. So look at your third reason, your reason 3, and decide what you are going to write as your complete sentence or your complete sentences, and get those jotted down, or get that jotted down. All right, is everybody doing good with that? You about finished up with your third reason? Because we have one more thing that we need to write that's not on our papers anywhere. Everybody everybody still have room on their lined paper?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, because I was out of space on my other lined paper, I went to a new one to be able to finish up this last part. Now, we have to have a conclusion to what we write. Do you know what a conclusion is?
It's like the end of a sentence or two.
Yeah,
To tie like a sentence.
the ending of it, to tie it all together, finish it all up, okay? So a lot of times what we do for a conclusion in a persuasive piece is we look back at what we wrote for our introduction. So my introduction, let me go back to it really quick. Hopefully I saved it correctly today. It's not looking like I did. But that's okay though. As long as I have my introduction to refer back to. Turkey for Thanksgiving? Have you lost your mind? I have a much better idea for you. Okay, so that's not gonna work. Back to my paper. Excuse me. So I'm going to ask them a question in my conclusion and then end it with a sentence. Oops, sorry, it's in red. I'm not going to switch it. Wouldn't you agree? Actually, I'm going to use that question not yet. So as you can see, given several simple and delicious reasons eating peanut butter jelly sandwiches for Thanksgiving is the best decision you can make. Change my mind. I'm not going to ask a question. I'm just gonna leave it at that. All right, so as you can see, given several simple and delicious reasons, eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for Thanksgiving is the best decision you can make. Now, how are you going to close up all of your writing in 1 or 2 sentences? Look back at your introduction sentence or sentences that you wrote. You could take some of your information from your introduction sentence and reword it in your conclusion sentence. But you want to just remind them again that the food you told them they should eat is the best choice for them for their Thanksgiving feast or their Thanksgiving dinner. And then we might finish this up after, what do we have today? After computers.